Hello all. In the ongoing parliamentary session, the opposition members wanted a discussion on the Great Nicobar Island Development Project. But the ruling party ministries, that the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, particularly, he stated that the matter of Great Nicobar Islands and the Ministry of Environment clearances are as of yet sub judice, and the case is ongoing in the Calcutta High Court, because of which reason, so it cannot give a comment on the Great Nicobar Island project. But except for the matters which discuss the behavior of the judges of the High Court or Supreme Court, any other matter which is sub judice also can be discussed in the Parliament of India. But unfortunately, the ruling government has used this Calcutta High Court, the matter being sub judice, as a reason for not conducting a discussion on the Great Nicobar Island Development Project. So what is so controversial about the project? What has been the background of the project, where it is located, what kind of positive benefits we are going to get, what are going to be the negative implications of the project? We will have a thoroughgoing discussion about all these dimensions. First and foremost, if you look at it, the Great Nicobar Island project is being planned in the southernmost territory of India, that is the Great Nicobar Islands, which are located here. This is the Andaman and Nicobar archipelago. So where the Great Nicobar Islands are located to the southernmost extent, and this region is very nearby to the Sumatra Islands of Indonesia, and is also very nearby to the 𝐾𝐶𝐞𝐚𝐫 Islands, which are present to the north of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So, and you might be knowing that in the 𝐾𝐶𝐞𝐚𝐫 Islands, Chinese are constructing a dual use or multi-purpose port. Then even the Malacca Straits are also very important in international sea lanes of communication, as it is considered to be an important choke point between the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. So in this region, Indian government is planning to construct the Great Nicobar Island project. So what is present in the project? First and foremost, the government is planning to construct a international container transshipment terminal. So container transshipment terminals are right now present in two places. One is in Colombo in Sri Lanka, and the other is present in Singapore. And these two are very busy terminals. And if we construct a transshipment terminal here, India is going to again replay its historical role of being a entry port, that is port of exchange in the Indian Ocean trade and commerce, because of which reason constructing a transshipment terminal there is a very, very important logistical move by the Indian government. Then over and above this, the second thing is they are also planning to construct a new greenfield international airport, which will also in fact enhance the accessibility of the region to international trade and commerce. That is the reason why an international airport is also being planned there. Then over and above the international airport, the third thing which is being planned is, in fact, they are planning a gas and solar power plant in the region, which also have the capability to produce the electricity which is required for the project, is being generated with an in situ, that is inside gas and solar power plant is being planned. Then over and above that, two new greenfield coastal cities are also being planned in the Great Nicobar Island. Two new greenfield cities are also being planned. So two cities, one international transshipment terminal, one greenfield international airport, then gas and solar power plants are being planned in the Great Nicobar Islands. So if these are constructed, definitely it will also give a lot of strategic advantage to India, primarily because it would counter the dual-use port which is being built in the 𝐾𝐶𝐞𝐚𝐫 Islands in Indonesia. Then over and above that, it will also give us a very strategic oversight over the Lombok, Sunda, and along with that the Malacca Strait, which are considered to be the three choke points in Southeast Asia. So which will enhance our Navy capability and enhance our Indian role as net security provider in the Indian Ocean region, which is a great strategic advantage for India. Then along with that, once we construct the cities, we are planning to develop the cities so that they can accommodate nearly 350,000 people, and these can provide very great advantage for the development of a modern city in the Nicobar Islands. Now, what are the challenges which are present to the Great Nicobar Island Development Project? If you look at the challenges, first and foremost, if we observe this is an ecologically sensitive zone, primarily because it contains some equatorial forests, some mangroves, and these are some of the parts of India which have an undisturbed nature and ecology. And if this project is constructed, definitely it would create a disturbance to the ecology. But the Indian government, in its sensitivity towards ecology, what it is doing is, for every hectare of mangrove forest which is being destroyed here, a compensatory afforestation program is being planned in the Aravalli mountain ranges of Haryana, so that whatever ecological damage is being done here, it would be compensated in the Aravalli mountains. And whatever coral reefs are being destroyed, what they are planning to do is, they are planning to, in fact, create a coral translocation program, wherein the corals, rather than being destroyed, they will be translocated to new region where they can survive and thrive. That is how the corals are also not being disturbed. That is the second thing. And the third thing that we are doing is, particularly because the project is being constructed in the Galathea Bay, which is considered to be a very important zone for leatherback turtles, saltwater crocodiles, Nicobar macaque, and along with that Nicobar megapode bird are present in this region. Because of which reason, the Indian government is planning to develop wildlife sanctuaries for all these animals in the nearby islands to the Great Nicobar Island. So we are trying to compensate the damage which is being done through development projects in other regions and sanctuaries set up in other regions. So through this way, we are trying to compensate it. But the main problem is, if we understand this, these Great Nicobar Islands are not uninhabited islands. Nearly 1761 tribal people are located here. And these tribal belong to the Shompen tribe, and one is Shompen tribe and the second one is Nicobarese tribe. And these two tribal groups which are present here, they are considered to be particularly vulnerable tribal groups. And under the Right to Forest Act of 2006, the consent of these tribes is essential in order to acquire the land or conduct any development project. But as of now, no consent has been taken from them, which is a clear violation of the Right to Forest Act. And over and above that, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, it has appointed an expert appraisal committee which has given a full-fledged clearance to the project. Because of which reason only, the rights activists have gone to the Calcutta High Court in order to challenge the decision of the expert appraisal committee of Ministry of Environment in giving a clearance to this project, even though it is compromising on the environmental integrity of the region. Then over and above that, one more important challenge that we can see is, the region is present in a seismically volatile region, because during the tsunami of 2004, this entire South Great Nicobar Island, some part of the coastal zone of it has subsided by nearly 15 feet. And if we construct a development project here, and if a similar occurrence happens, because the Andaman and Nicobar Islands are present in the plate tectonic region, because of which reason there is high possibility of earthquake, tsunami, volcano, these kind of extreme events. So we have to build a disaster resilient infrastructure here. Otherwise it might be, or it might get compromised because of a disaster, is one more thing that we need to understand. Then over and above this, one more important challenge is, see, in fact, the Great Nicobar Island project, it has been conceptualized by none other than the Niti Aayog, whereas the actual development of the project is being done by Andaman and Nicobar Island Integrated Development Corporation. These facts also you have to remember. Whatever it might be, right now the matter is sub judice, but definitely we should focus on, when we are constructing a project with an investment of nearly 70 to 1,000 crore, we need to be legally clear. And along with being legally clear, we also have to conduct clear environmental impact assessments, social impact assessments, and in fact, plan the project in such a fashion that it will not compromise the ecology of the region and ensure sustainable development, because the project is definitely strategically important, but at the same time, we are duty bound to ensure that it will also be ecologically sustainable. Thank you.
కాంపిటేటివ్ ఎగ్జామ్ సంబంధించి ప్రత్యేకంగా సివిల్ సర్వీసెస్ ఎగ్జామ్ సంబంధించి ఏ ఆప్షన్ చూస్ చేసుకోవాలి, ప్రిపరేషన్ ఎప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి, ఏ బుక్స్ రిఫర్ చేయాలి, ఇలాంటి డౌట్స్ ఉంటే CSBIS అకాడమీని కాంటాక్ట్ అవ్వచ్చు. దీనికి సంబంధించి నా పర్సనల్ అపాయింట్మెంట్ ఈ వీడియో పైన డిస్ప్లే అవుతున్న కాంటాక్ట్ నెంబర్కి ఫోన్ చేసి తీసుకోవచ్చు.